Oh, the winter time is coming, and the wind blows so harshly, and I am being frozen to the point that my voice cracks. Do you see the sun on the mountain, the rays that come to me? Morning, I don't expect the sun to come up and warm me. Oh boy, it is cold. It is so cold. It is just under 40 degrees and the wind is blowing so hard. And it's not a day to be in a sing-songy mood, but guess what? Guess who's in a singy mood? If you guessed me, you guessed right. You know, if you guessed Pat Sajak, you were big wrong. Oh, it is so cold, y'all. It is so dang cold. Like I don't know if I'm regretting coming out here to record this video today, but it's a video that I think needs to be made. You know, there's I have a buddy. We'll call him Bobby. And Bobby reached out to me a few days ago and was like, "Yeah, Fishman, you know, I'm not doing so good. Like I feel, you know, like regrets." Now don't worry, Bobby is not his real name, but we're calling him Bobby. He's probably gonna hate me for the name Bobby, but he's but poor Bobby. Bobby, you're in good hands, okay, buddy? So Bobby's been having some trouble with some regrets. You know, just things like, yeah, man, you know, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done this. I wish I could have done this with my life. Now, a little backstory on Bobby. I've known Bobby for a few years. And, you know, Bobby and I have been pretty close friends in that few years. We got pretty close real quick. It's just one of those, you know, one of those kind of friendships that just kind of clicks. And Bobby's a cool guy. Bobby is a very interesting person. I like Bobby. I think many of you would like Bobby as well. But Bobby is having, you know, some issues with some regrets. Now, okay, this isn't going to be another "you guys need to be patient" kind of video. This isn't going to be one of those. I mean, patience is a virtue, yes, and patience is something that we should all have. But I promise you, this video is not just going to be, "Yeah, bro, be patient, be patient, bro." My friend Bobby, you know, like I said, reached out to me. You know, "Hey, Fish, I wish I would have, you know, made more friends in my teenage years, but I didn't because I was homeschooled, and you know, I've got all these other issues. You know, like not like issues, but like all these other regrets. You know, like I wish I'd have done this. I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I'd have done this. I wish I could have done this." And Bobby, I get that. I wholeheartedly get that. I left my teenage years a couple of years ago. Like, what, 3 years ago? I think. I don't know. I can't count. Well, no, what was it? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? 2 years ago? A year ago? 3 years? I don't know. Like I said, I'm from Arkansas. I cannot count. I cannot read. It's like all those poor Tennessee guys out there. Can't count, can't read, can't even drive. Wait, no, that's Texas. But no. I love you, Lisa and Punky, and I think Pearl too. I love you guys. But no, so Bobby, like I said, reached out to me with some regrets, and it's like, "Hey, I wish I'd have done this. I wish I'd had the opportunity to do this." And Bobby, that is completely natural. Don't feel ashamed for having regrets. Now, yeah, ultimately the goal in life is to have as few regrets as possible, but don't be worried about it, Bobby. You know, it is okay to feel remorse. It is okay to feel regret. You know, you wake up in the morning and, "Oh my gosh, I should not have eaten all that spicy Taco Bell because now, you know, my bunghole is a ring of fire." That makes sense. That's a completely normal regret to have. Now, granted, if you're, you know, if you eat spicy Taco Bell every night of the week and every morning, you're like, "Oh man, this was a mistake," that's a little bit of insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting your bunghole not to become a ring of fire. Your bunghole is going to become a ring of fire if you do that, Bobby. Don't eat spicy Taco Bell every night of the week. It's not good for you. But no, I mean, for example, like take this as an example, okay? My father is getting old. Like old, like older than most of the people that are watching this video. Probably older than some of the people's ages combined watching this video. And I know a lot of you are thinking, no, there's no way possible, bro, because, like, I'm 50. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But if you being 50 plus someone else who is 20, you're still younger than my father. My father is getting old. I don't say this as a, man, he's like 60, he's so old. No, I say this as, like, he's getting old. Like, legitimately old. And with that, he's having some memory problems. He's having some coordination problems, balance problems. And one of my biggest regrets, aside from leaving him in Arkansas and coming out to Utah, and then watching his health just rapidly decline after that. Yes, cat's out of the bag. I'm in Utah. It's very cold here. Oh man, sorry y'all, my mind is going, it's so cold out here, my mind is going so fast. That is how cold it is. Like I said, it's I don't know if I told you this, it's just below 40 and the wind is coming in about 20-25 miles an hour. It is so cold. But no, one of my bigger regrets is getting mad at Dad. Like, anytime I would get mad at Dad, it's like, well, you just don't understand, yeah. And then of course in hindsight, it's like, oh, Dad did understand because he was once my age. He was my age like 50 something years ago. But he was once my age. And that's I think a normal regret for people to have. Your dog dies, as an example, and you start regretting all the things, like, well, I didn't get my dog all these toys, and I didn't give my dog all these treats, and like, you start having those regrets, and that's normal. Now, you're also going to have regrets the older you get. I mean, you hit 20, and you're like, oh man, my teenage years just kind of flew by. Those were supposed to be my golden years, bro. Well, okay. Let's assume that the average person lives to be exactly 90 years old, okay? 90 years old. You get to the age of 20. Dude, you've got 70 years left. A year is, a year's not super long, but a year's a kind of a long time, kind of. Bro, you've got time. You have time to go out and make friends. You're not in the nursing home yet. You are not in a position where you can't do anything yet. You're 20. You're probably in college. That's great. That's awesome. You're sitting there in your Zoom meeting because and now all the colleges are doing the online stuff. So you're in your Zoom meeting and you're waiting for class to start, and there's only like 3 other people. And so you post in the chat, hey, who likes Lord of the Rings? Anyone a big Lord of the Rings fan? Anyone a big fan of Legolas and Gimli? The 2 funniest characters in the whole movie. Still only counts as 1. But like, throw that in the chat. Talk to people. It doesn't have to be like super, yeah, bro, so like, the theological aspect of St. Paul, having not ever been married, and like telling us, that if we can not to be married, and the Protestants, you don't have to go in like super deep, okay? It doesn't have to be like a full-on theological conversation. Chances are most of the people that you're going to talk to have no idea who St. Paul is. Chances are most of the people who you're going to talk to do not care who St. Paul is. And guess what? That's okay. Some people just ignorant, and that is okay. But we can't focus on these regrets. What has happened has happened. and we can't really change that. Now we can go back and try to make up for it. You slap your best friend, and you're super mad, and you just start beating the crap out of your best friend, and then you come back and you're like, hey man, look, I'm really sorry, that was out of line, that was not, that's not something that I should have been doing, can you forgive me? That's fine. And I mean, at the end of the day, it boils down to yes or no. Yeah bro, can you forgive me? Yes or no. That's what it boils down to. But we can't focus on those regrets. If I were to focus on my regrets, Bobby, I would be drowning in a self-loathing pit of nastiness, and it would be gross. I'd be like emotional roadkill. That's how I would describe it. Emotional roadkill. That's where I would be. But like I said, you can't focus on them. You can learn from them, and you should be learning from them. You should be learning from your mistakes. You should be learning from things that happen that aren't your fault. Things that you didn't have any control over, but they happened, and they either happened and did good things or did bad things. Yeah, you should be learning from those. Everything that happens is a learning experience if you do it right. For example, you're on a plane, and some idiot decides that they're going to try to open up the emergency doors while you're in the air. And they open it up and they get sucked out the side of the plane. Cool. You just learned what happens if you open up an emergency door while in the middle of a plane flight. They get sucked out the door, and you have to drop altitude really fast. Not really fast, but you've got to get down to a decent altitude so that way not everyone is like frozen. There was a woman who tried doing that. She opened up plane door in the middle of a flight. She got charged heavily and was fined heavily as well. But that's something that other people learn from. It's something that she learned from. It's something that your flight attendants are going to learn from. Now, granted, I mean, sometimes you're going to look at things, there's just no way I can learn from it. You'll have days like that. You'll have situations where you look at something, there's just no possible way I can learn from it because the situation is so dumb. But if you focus on the bad things that you've done, if you focus on the things that have happened that you couldn't control, if you focus on the things that you wish you would have done but didn't do, you will find yourself bogged down and you will never do those things that you wanted to do. For example, I always kind of wanted to be a pilot. It was one of my big aspirations as a kid. But, I didn't go to pilot school. I went to school and learned how to edit. I learned copy editing. And if I do say so myself, I got very good at it. But if I focus on, I should have gone to piloting school because I could have been making all this money, and now I'm just, out here, jobless. Well, not jobless, but I'm out here with a job that's not in my field, out in the middle of, Mormonville. That's okay. Sure, I didn't do what I wanted to do, but if I focus on it, if I let it control me, I will never will I ever be able to get up off my butt and go get my pilot's license. Never gonna happen. Now, I mean, there are some things that people can't do. For example, I will never be an NBA star. I'm a 5'10", Honduran American man who is very short. 5'10" is pretty dang short. But I'm also kind of overweight. I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it because I'll eat that too. I'm overweight. I have no real chance of getting into the NBA, and that's okay because I don't want to get into the NBA. But there's some things that you just can't really do. I mean, unless I'm going to join the Harlem Globetrotters. But there are some things that I just can't really, do. And that's okay. thinking on that, I just had some stuff brought back up into my mind, some of the stupid stuff I've done. But you can't focus on it, because if you focus on things that you're regretting, focus on things that you didn't do, focusing on things that you did do, you are not ever going to make it right. You can't change what happened, but you can try to make it right. You can, for example, oh man, I didn't make any friends in high school. Okay, you have a job. Are you going to college? Are you backpacking across Europe? Try to make some friends there. Just talk. Just go find a person. And I know people are going to say it's not easy talking because I'm an introvert. Okay, force yourself to do it. Step out of your comfort zone. People don't do that anymore. People don't step out of their comfort zones. It's like, man, I'm an introvert. I don't want to go to this seminar because it's so scary. All these people, bro. Force it. If it is not going to put you in a situation where you need medical attention, if it is not going to kill you, or if it is not going to put you at risk of being killed, do it. What have you got to lose in that situation where the worst that's going to happen is you're going to be uncomfortable? What have you got to lose there? Like I said, unless it is going to put you in a situation where you are going to require medical assistance, or if you can't do something because of medical reasons, what do you have to lose? That's a very simple answer. The answer is nothing. You ain't got nothing to lose. Now, Bobby, like I'm saying, you've got some regrets, things that you didn't do. But if you focus on them, if you make that the center of where your thoughts are, you will not ever get out of that mindset of, man, I didn't make friends and I can't make friends. You'll never get out of that mindset. Unedited videos, you get all my burps, all my taco burps. But so my advice to you, Bobby, is this: whenever those thoughts hit you, whenever you get that thought of, man, I don't know, I never did become a world famous skier, by the age of 15, and it's really saddening. Okay, yeah, sure, maybe it is saddening for you, but I never made it to being a world famous skier, but I can still go skiing. I can still, do this other thing. I can still, I can still try to become, a world famous mountain climber. I can go climb mountains. I can still run for a political office. I can still do XYZ thing. Now, I'm not saying this to be like, yeah, bro, just don't think about it, you'll be cured. Oh, no, that's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is force your mind away from the things that you're looking at and thinking, man, this is so, I have so many regrets over this. Force your mind away from it. It's not easy, and it's not going to help right then and there, but it'll make it easier. Over time, it'll get easier to, you're sitting there and you're drinking tea, and all of a sudden, bang, hey, you never made friends in high school. Okay, that's cool, but I have friends now. Thanks, brain. Not today. Not today, Satan. It'll get easier. It will. It will get easier to look back at those, those regrets and laugh at them and say, I don't know why I was ever worried about it. Things are fine now. I've got friends now. It'll get easier. It's not easy right now. It won't be easy, probably for the next several years. Once you have a regret, it's not going to be easy to just get over it. I have regrets that I am still trying to get over. But because I've been practicing, okay, yeah, that was a regret. So what? I'm in a better position now. It has made it easier to look at a regret and say, yeah, okay, cool. Unfortunate, bro. That is a minor inconvenience. But so, Bobby, with that, I just want you to kind of think about that, that one, you're not alone in having regrets. Everyone has regrets. Everyone has the same kind of regrets. Two, that, your regrets are going to happen. There is no running away from them. I swear I just dropped my phone. And three, Bobby, that you do have to kind of try to control your thoughts. It's not easy. and it never will be 100% super easy. It's just, yeah, bro, it's just so easy. No, it'll be hard. Some days it'll be harder than others. But practicing it, doing that perfect practice that I mentioned a few videos ago, will make it easier. It'll make it a heck of a lot easier. And so that kind of goes out to everyone with regrets. I mean, you're not the only one with regrets. Sorry to say you're not special. Everybody has regrets. Everybody probably regrets the same kinds of things that you do, and that's okay. Get a friend. Go talk to your friends. Control your thoughts. Like I said, it's not easy, and it never will be easy. But it can get easier. It can get easier. That is my bit of fish rambling for today. I hope that helps, Bobby. I hope that helps, anyone else watching the video. I hope that makes sense. If not, of course, go ahead and throw it in the comments. Leave me comments on whether you think I'm right or wrong. Leave me comments on what you want me to talk about, and I'll look into it. I do read the comments, just as an FYI. Oh boy. But as always, from me to you, goodbye and good luck.